Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, it is showtime. The excitement is palpable. I can palp it. Oh, yeah, it's there. Good evening. I am kind of cold. Mind you, I am cold by old man California standards. My assumption is my place is probably 6 or 8 degrees above English room temperature. All right, we're going to start our game. We will create a new character. Oh, I definitely have a masculine body type. No chubby fellows? That's disappointing. Face paint. Nah, who needs face paint? Complexion? Pale AF. No, I'm cool. I'm cool, man. The hairstyle is exactly correct. Hair color, also exactly correct. Facial hairstyle, oh, here we go. Now we're talking. I can't do the little braid, although at exactly once, for a few minutes, I did actually have the beard braided. And it looked so terrible, I immediately removed it. All right, confirm. Name and confirm. I don't know. Lens? Okay, you talked me into it. Pardon me. Now, this is the release version of the game. I've played it a few times in early access. I generally liked it, but I blew my top after a couple of things happened. First of all, I built my ship, and I'm going very, very slowly to the next island. And someone in chat tells me I built it backwards, which I would like to say in my own defense, I think it was perfectly defensible choice. From above, it looks like a T with the two sort of wings, and then a shorter and longer part of the ship. Which one goes to the front? The short part or the long part? I chose the wrong one. I don't remember which one I chose. I think the short. But whichever one it was I chose, it was wrong. So I swap it around and it's sped up. But it's still very slow. It was like almost 15 minutes to move from one island to the next. And I get there and I very promptly run out of ammo because there's more bad guys than I expect. And there's no crafting on the ship yet until you finish out that quest. I was looking at flying back 15 minutes to the first island and called it a stream. Waved goodnight. Sure, we can leave friends open. I don't have any friends who have the game. Lensland. Can we have a space? We can. So it released in September. And I've had a lot of other games at the top of the stack, so this one's been installed for a while, waiting patiently for me to play. It is a survival crafting game. The dude. The good evening to you. I overate very slightly. The second turkey sandwich probably didn't need quite that much turkey. But I'm not uncomfortable with it. Foundation was a world of diverse civilization and culture that had full command of the land, sea, and sky. In the peak of their golden age of calamity, Bistruck, is that a thing? The world, tearing it apart and leaving only fragments floating among clouds. You are a survivor, now awakening after centuries of stasis inside the Ark. I have awoken to dead. Right? Sprint, dodge, crouch. What's squeaking? I will interact with the Ark computer. Subject arisen successfully, awaiting response to determine cognitive abilities. What? 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 Response insufficient. I am the survival assistant assigned to this Ark, designation ASA. Or ASA. I'll go with ASA. I am to guide you in successfully rehabilitating to the outside world, though we are dealing with a number of unforeseen circumstances. Unforeseen circumstances? I do like that Scream is one of the options. I don't have any data before the Ark crashed, though I suspect we were attacked. My core directive was to ensure your safety and only wake you if I had run out of options. I am out of options. I can see from the inventory logs that this Ark once held numerous supplies and equipment, but it appears that they were deliberately jettisoned some time ago. That makes jetsam. Anything that's jettisoned from a ship in danger is jetsam. The stuff that you find after it has sunk is flotsam. See what you learn in here? The difference between flotsam and jetsam. And the reason I know, there's a chapter in The Lord of the Rings entitled Flotsam and Jetsam. This Ark can no longer fly, but it can still manufacture items and equipment for you. Our best chance of survival is to explore the outside world for technology and find a means of constructing a skyship. How am I expected to do that? Take this prism. It's a direct link between you and I. You plug it into your rectum. It didn't actually say that. That was wishful thinking. It will track and log everything you find and allow me to create equipment and tools to assist you in your journey. I've already scanned the local environment and created a list of objects that'll help with your immediate investigations. Please check the crafting station and depart the Ark when ready. Firearms. Alright, we don't have the stuff for the glider and the coral flare yet. Wake up complete. I learned a number of schematics. Get across to the next island. Well, that's going to take a while. I remember that taking a while. Resources. Cloth. Let's do a quick check. Keep hearing the squeaking like there's a little critter around or something, and I find it slightly unnerving. Well, let's go outside then. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Sorry. Not actually all that sorry. Check the crafting station in the Ark computer, see if you can craft anything useful there. Are energy signals on the ruins across the island. For that, we will need the glider. Well, we got a glowy over here for something. That is plant fibers. I got a stick and some shrooms. The shrooms presumably will be used for eating. Ew. Mushrooms are gross. More sticks. More sticks. I understand those and stones can break some bones. I got a fair number of sticks now. Maybe some more, oh, we missed something. There we go. Oh, Decot berries. Plant fibers, ducat berries. That's gold ducat berries to you. Old guy TV reference there. Let's see what we can make. We can make cloth. Let's... craft 3 cloth. Bandages. And a makeshift glider. Well, we're going to need the makeshift glider. Alright, so we've got branches and some cloth. We have enough cloth to make a... well, we should probably make... the bandage. Hopefully we won't need it. We taked all. I actually said that. We taked all. Once equipped, you can press space while in the air to deploy a glider and use WASD to control your descent. We have to press and hold to get it to deploy. I'm trying to test it because I know the first time I ran off this cliff last time I died because it didn't deploy. I remember that quite distinctly. Tomananas. If you like tomatoes and you like bananas, you probably won't like the tomanana, but it's the closest we can come. Well, we're supposed to cross. Press space while in the air. Uh-huh. You did have to equip it, okay? You see? That was what I'd missed. That you had to equip it. It doesn't say you have to equip it, but you have to equip it. Let's move the bandages onto R3. We can always get food when we need. Swap that in. Tomananas. For 12 minutes, it increases your stamina and gives you a stamina buff. Nice. So now, if I go up on a rock and jump off, it works. Yay! There was much rejoicing. Okay. Once equipped. Ah, it does say once equipped. Yeah, it does. I'm barefooted. I hope I don't step on like broken glass or anything. That would suck. My first flight is complete. Just looking to see if there's anything else I can, pick up in the way of crafty bits. Supposed to follow that thingy. I do remember that. Red is bad. Use the switch. I don't even own a switch. Anything up here? No, doesn't look like it. But we... Oh, there it is. They did give me the tutorial on climbing to get to the other switch. I have used both switches. And now the light has turned green, and the door presumably is open. Do we have anything over here? Ah, a crafting station. There is nothing else I can craft right now. Sure, we'll craft another cloth. You never know when you're going to need more cloth. So this is the sigil for making a skyboat. You'll need glowy rocks, and you'll use it to bring the world together again. I'm spitballing here. I have no idea if any of that is actually yet. I should have checked and seen if I can do anything with the glowy plants up here. The answer seems to be nope. Cyborian stone. That's the finest quality of stone that you can find outside of Cyboria itself. I'm again spitballing on. I can't actually say if that's the case. A little ammo and a crude pistol. I think it might be a good idea to equip the pistol and ammo. Let's move that out to 5. Put the pistol on 3. I've got a gun. Datapad. If any survivors find this datapad, that damned defense turret has gone haywire. Started up when we activated the energy walls and wiped out most of the group. It was that or let this place completely fall apart. I got hit pretty hard. My last hope is sending out a drone to find help. But if this is how I ascend, then so be it. We are gods. Okay, we're gods. Everyone, if you didn't get any of the messages... we're gods. Everyone cool with us being gods? Almost anything can be assigned to a toolbar. This is done from the inventory. Once the item is assigned to the toolbar, you can put it in your hand by pressing whoop, and then use it by pressing whoop. Hope you got them whoops there. More Cyborian stone. That's a green thing. Okay. Scrap metal. Learn the schematic for makeshift scrap chest piece. Now, if memory serves, there is a pew-pew drone up here that I'm going to have to destroy. Well, maybe not right here. Soon, though. Very soon. I'll open the chest. More light ammo and a power core. I got a dead guy in a... It is here. All right, I have defeated the first foe. Just a note to you guys: if you ever come upon my dead body or possibly a deactivated robot body, I would appreciate it if you not leave me in such a undignified position. That would be great. We got more light ammo and another power core. Another power core and weapon propellant. And there's more light ammo there. Why can't I pick it up? Nobody knows. There we go. Light ammo. Another deader. We have a crafting bench. Alright, I can make a battery. I don't think I need a battery. Aha! Equipment, we can make bandages, flares, and the glider. Weapons, we can make light ammo. Or a crude pistol. Don't need to make that. That requires more metal than we have. And to make the makeshift armor, we're going to need makeshift cloth and scrap metal in significant amounts. Did I miss a switch down here, maybe? Yeah, that's the craft item, so, Ah, there it is. I believe we can shoot it. I believe correctly. Whoops! Dun-ba-dun-dun! Dun-ba-dun! I have a great deal of experience in my life dodging balls. All right. That's the little sort of I think that's one of the things we can actually shoot and get some materials from, but I don't want to start randomly shooting. So that might be dangerous. If memory serves, we have pop-up turrets over here. Like that one. Alright, he hit me for a little. I'm fine. I'll walk it off. What do we get if we eat some stuff? Ah! Health regen. Stamina regen. I think I'd rather have some health regen for 12 minutes. We'll drop that into the old 7 box. And eat some berries. Back to the gun. I saw some shrooms. Where'd the shrooms go? I was going to pick those shrooms. Uh-huh. I am not a fan of having all of these freaking foliage in my way when I'm trying to shoot things. mentioned last night while playing Guild Wars 2 how annoying the mechanic can be when in a game when you have stuff between the game camera and your character and you can't see what's happening. This should always become transparent or translucent so you can keep playing this stupid game, which right now I cannot do. And now we're in another place where I can't see crap. Not a fan. Oh, got it. We get some plant fibers, some more scrap metal, that's nice. Power core, more light ammo. Scrap metal. Weapon component, light ammo, and a power core. Find other survivors or new technology. Saborian stone. Got a glowy over here. More Saborian stone. Say, I don't remember what the hell Saborian stone does. Boopity boop 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 boop. Well, that's the thing we're supposed to follow. Even though it looks like it's going into a freaking cave. Well, there's nothing we can do with that, at least not yet. A chunk of burning coal. I believe, if memory serves, there are some critters in here. That's not the coal. Cloud mushroom. More coral. Which is, of course, named after the son of the protagonist in The Living Dead. I'm totally not making that up. Again, totally. Shrooms. Alright. We have more pew-pew guns out here or not? Well, I'm not averse to picking up a couple of small branches, some more plant fibers. We're going to need a lot of plant fibers to make cloth so that we can make armor. And we'll need the small branches for flogging the natives we enslaved. Just kidding. A little colonial humor there. Didn't say it was funny. Don't worry, dude. I know you're on my side. You're one of the loyalists who I depend on. You have nothing to fear from the brand new lens regime. We've got a couple of... Ow! Okay, shotgun's cheating. Missed me, jerk. You pledge allegiance to the lens. I think there's another one on the other side. Maybe not. Well, we have a couple of chests of goodies. Light ammo. A data pad. Get out of there, Seraph. Have found us. The path to the camp is broken apart. Kelko, you have the grappling hook. We can't make it without you. Message send fail. Grappling hook is up next, I think. Let's see. Okay, we can't make any of that. Igniter, no. Not yet. Ow. Did you have to hit me right in the face? Come on, I've had a long day. I woke up from a long sleep and discovered that the world has exploded, literally. And what are they doing for me? They're doing nothing. Is that the one we just read? Oh yeah, that's the one we just read. We can make a coral flare. That wouldn't be bad to have one of those. Oh, I don't want to use up any of my metal. I don't have enough metal where I can afford that. We can make some more makeshift cloth. Yeah, might as well. I don't think the fiber can be used for anything other than cloth. The cloth can also be used for making clothing, but also for bandages. Well, Where Winds Meet is not actually an MMO. It is more like like the first Guild Wars, in that it is a cooperative online role-playing game. Everything is instanced outside of the social areas, either solo instances or in groups. It's nice looking. Seems like it would be fun. But it also seemed like the combat was fairly challenging and possibly too much for the old man's reflexes. I can start making armor pieces. I can make a chest piece and breeches. I'm going to make a chest piece. And then I'm going to make breeches. There have been a lot of Asian sort of MMOs coming out, either available here or available to anyone using a VPN in Taiwan or Korea or even China. There have been like 4 in the last couple of weeks. I will wear my pants. Where'd the other thing go? Was I not able to pick it up? Where's my... Oh, that's it. Alright, I am now somewhat clothed. Yeah, there's Where Winds Meet. Oh, God, like 3 others. They came out just... Aeon 2 is out. Lost Ark made you never trust free-to-play game. The monetization, for instance, Aeon 2 just launched in Korea and Taiwan, not sure about China. And even in Korea, people are up in arms over how incredibly egregious the monetization is. No, the monetization, at least in the Korean model, is some of the worst ever. It has 2 subscriptions. And you want to use the auction house? Well, that's one of the subscriptions. You want to do some other part of the other subscription? You gotta get both. The monetization on that one is particularly dreadful. The gameplay looked okay. Okay, I bonked. What was that? Oh, ow. So my friend could cleanse the red bad taint from this stuff. Ooh. Bandage, power core, weapon propellant. Let's see, Where Winds Meet. One of them that was a gacha game. I think Tower of Fantasy just brought out a westernized version that removes the gacha. I can't remember the names very well because they tend to run together. In oftentimes anyway, using English words in non-standard ways. My best example of that is, I think it's a Korean game, Tree of Savior. I will note that using those 3 words in that order actually doesn't mean anything in English. Tree of Salvation, that works. Tree of Saviors, that works. Tree of the Savior, that works. Tree of Savior, that doesn't make any sense in English. We can even go back further. One of the original Japanese games that I can remember coming to this country was Panzer Dragoon, a movie that had no panzers, which are German tanks, and no dragoons. It had dragons, but no dragoons. A dragoon being either a cavalryman or, before that, a mounted infantryman who would ride to a battle and get off the horse and fight on foot. That's a dragoon, not a dragon. Am I going to slide down here? Well, I hope I don't need to go back up. Oh boy. Let me see if I can find out. What recent MMO games from Asia? Because there's been a couple. Where Winds Meet. Sword of Justice just came out. And there's at least one more. I've never heard of Architect Land of Exiles, Odin, Critica Reboot. Chrono Odyssey hasn't shipped yet. Oh, and Blue Protocol came out not very long ago. The Blue Protocol Star Resonance. You see what I mean about throwing words together? In Blue Protocol Star Resonance, do you think there is a protocol that is blue? And do you believe that the stars are resonant? I don't. I believe this is where we're going to get the grappling hook, and I think any of us who play any kind of video games, we are totally down with a game that gives us a grappling hook. You're going to scan that one and turn it green for me? Yay, it's green. We have another data pad. Agbana Squad mission report. This will be our last mission report. Watch post Telemon failed to report Seraph forces. The Seraph are the bad guys. This facility was invaded and we've taken many casualties. Energy walls were subsequently activated from elsewhere, trapping what survivors were left. The last grappling hook was entrusted to me. I fear what will befall the rest of the crew. Without it, my failure does not deserve ascension. Kelko, Shalero, we are gods. Yeah, if you're gods, you're dead gods, baby. Ancient Saborian grappling hook. I now have a grappling hook. The swing of it is the Steam Achieve. You may have heard just go doodle-loop. All right, whenever the grappling hook is displayed, use 4. Oh, that's not going to work for me. It wants me to use the side button. I don't know which one that is. Yeah, that's not it. I'm going to have to change that. I believe I used G, but it definitely needs changing. Reel in with shift and... Reel in and out with shift and control. Reel in enough and you'll start swinging. Mechanic, if memory serves, took me a few goes to get down. Get down and get the funky. But we definitely need to change the setting on it. Grapple, 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 grapple. It also allows Q. That should be fine. Presumably, we've got to put that somewhere on. Oh, there we go. Ow! So that's how it works. Oops, bonk. Parkour! My climbing skill has increased to level 2. Yeah. You guys thought, that guy's never going to get to be any good at climbing. Yeah. Level 2 at climbing. What do you think? Yeah, it's not really very impressive. Do we have anything down there? Well, that's where we just came from, right? Was there anything down there? No, we haven't been down there. Let's make sure that there's nothing cool and nifty down here. There's a door. Looks like a door. There is stamina regeneration food as well, which I'm not currently using. I'm not sure what else gets used for that. Ooh, more Saborian stone. I'm not sure what else gets used for that. Climbing may be one of the things. And I just don't know. But I can find out. Yeah. It went down there when it goes down anyway when I parkour. It did go down. Alright, let's see how many times it's going to take me to get across and not die. That was not what I was trying to do. I am lucky I'm not dead. Truth be told, I am lucky I'm not dead. I think that means I'm not close enough. I'm not sure. That's not doing anything. Let's see. Oh, evidently, is this not climbable? Evidently, the electrical-looking stuff is not climbable. Ah, okay, I can see. Yeah, this time we've got the... Got the wire was visible. Let's see, where do we need to go? Okay, there it's visible. Visible. That's not what I was trying to do. Like I said, it's going to take me a bit to get the hang of this one. Oof. Made it. First time, deathless. That looks like it ought to be something. It's not, but it looks like it should be. Let's see. It's going to be close. Not a problem at all. It's fine. No difficulties there at all. I think I want to get over there. See if I can. I mean, it looks like there's stuff over there, right? More scrap metal. That it? Just no. Aha! Aha! I did something. I pushed the button. The button was pushed. Don't know what it did, really, honestly, no idea. Maybe that wasn't open before? No? No. And I thought I was gonna die. I hit the wrong button. Or maybe I didn't. We're over here. I have taken some damage from something. I'm not sure what. I'm going to eat another berry. Puzzles, generator pylons. An old damaged generator. Its energy pylons have been thrown or placed nearby. Attach your grappling hook to the center of the generator to electrify the cable, then wrap the cable around nearby pylons to kickstart the generator. Be aware that sometimes these pylons may need. There we go. No, that wasn't enough. They may need something. no idea how I'm supposed to see the rest of that. Oh, we've got goodies. Life would not be complete without presents, don't you think? Alright, power core, medium ammunition, and light ammunition. I'll note the medium ammunition looks smaller. Weapon propellant, and a power core. And a chest with makeshift bandage, a power core, and a Saborian military ration pack. What are we doing on inventory? We're a little bit low on inventory space, not going to lie. To make those, we got the recipe. 2 pound oats, peanut butter, and grubs. I love a nice peanut butter and grubs sandwich. I don't know about you. I just remember my mom telling me, you know, you don't do your chores. No peanut butter and grub sandwich. Over there. We've got more scrap metal. Anything up there? No. Over here, we've got the power. Whoop, and shrooms. So, what we do is we shoot that. I guess we have to be further away to get enough slack. Like that. Let there be light. And I am rewarded with more Saborian stone. And scrap metal. Where am I going from here? Inquiring minds want to know where I'm going from here. Presumably up. Grapple to the higher islands. That does seem to be the case. Oof. Berries. You do want to be conscious of cover because there are those pop-up turrets and they are prone to popping up. And I have to remember one of my problems I've been having here, and I remember having in the past, is holding this shift. It's not just a toggle to run fast. Pretty sure we're going to get gunses over there. No, this is the place we've already been. We already got those guns. So, in fact, what we're doing, what we're looking at now is getting over there. Somehow. Oh, I mean, I should be able to, if necessary, glide to some of the lower islands. Pardon me, I gotta, you know. pick stuff up. I'm just looking to see if there's actually sort of a more straightforward way. Those do not look straightforward. They mean those ones? I don't know. Which ones do you think they're talking about? There isn't a map. It's not that I can see. Are those the islands I came from? Grapple to the higher islands. I'm assuming that's going to be the higher islands. Because I'm pretty sure I came from over there. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. This is not, I would not say this is going ideally right now. I might say I'm in trouble. All is not lost yet, though. It's only mostly lost. Huh. Possible I made a mistake. I hate to hesitate to jump to conclusions, but we got a connection. How about that? All else fails, you just gotta swing. God damn it, hit the wrong button. Fat fingers. Those are not my favorite feature about myself. Almost there. Let's see. Onwards and upwards complete. Not quite complete, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, because... Yay! I made it! Had it the whole way. I was never concerned, you know. I'm going to refill my coffee cup, though. I'll be right back. First try, perfect execution. Well, when it comes to my execution, sometimes I'm in favor of it. I stole that last joke of mine from the first head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who were in the midst of, I believe, a winless season. And he was asked, what did you think about your team? What do you think about your team's execution? And he said, oh, I'm in favor of it. I don't want to save and quit. Don't we just have save? Evidently not. All right. Where exactly is that damn thing? How are we doing on ammo anyway? We've got... That must be the medium. 14, only 14 rounds left. That's not a positive number. I'm not pleased about that relatively small number. Oh, look, it's the bot. It's the spamming bot. And did Seribot do what it's supposed to do and annihilate them from deep space? Thank you, Seribot. Seribot, since I installed it, has been doing an excellent job of murdering the spamming bots. Whether it's the buying viewers bot or the pathetic, hey dude, hook up with me on Twitch, add me as a friend on Twitch bot. Rations. see what it is. Up there. How are we doing on that light ammo again? 13. I'm gonna eat another berry because they're very tasty. Well, why has everyone suddenly left the channel? That looks like scrap metal. We like scrap metal, and we cannot lie. More light ammo. Is that all you had? For me was some light ammo? Power core, light ammo. This recorded video of Linz appears to be upping his game while AF. Thank you, Senegal. Thank you, Snoopy. I was in such a hurry to... let's see. To tell my story about the execution of the Tampa Bay Bucks. We've salvaged what we can from the frigate. It's a wonder we escaped a Herald. We found an adequate spot for the main camp. We'll separate the crew into squads and start investigating nearby buildings. Maybe we can still make it out of this. Day 26. Kelko and Teller's squad headed to the southern part of the island, and the land ruptured. Gods, I hope the Seraph hadn't heard it. At least Kelko has the grappling hook. They won't be stranded. Spoiler, they were stranded. Day 27. No report from the southern squads. It's been a day since the rupture. I mustn't lose hope. We are gods, which is not very good. Yeah, it is a game I've played a couple times in the past on early access. It came into full release in September, and I just haven't had the time to get back into it. This part that I'm in right now was all part of the early access. It's a survival crafting game. The main sort of difference maker is you build a ship and you sail between islands, although there is another game where there's a similar mechanic. Although in that case, actually, you sail your island between other floating islands. I expect we're going to have more pop-up turrets when we get close to those doors. I liked it. I liked it up until I played it like for 2 or 3 days on stream. Got to the point where I built my first ship, and started flying to the next island, and it was going really slow. And somebody who had played popped in and said that I was flying backwards. Now, in my defense, the ship from above is shaped like a T with 2 short wings and then a long hull section and a short hull section. Now, I don't know which hull section, long or short, you would think belongs in the front. And I'm not sure I remember which one was correct, but I got it wrong. So I swapped it around, and it was faster, but it still took like 15 minutes for me to get to the nearest island. I got there, I started shooting stuff, I ran out of ammo. I had the raw materials. There was no crafting bench equivalent on the boat, nor could I make one on there yet. And that meant I was going to have to fly back for 15 minutes to get back to my base to make ammo, and at that point I was just really frustrated. It is interesting. I've not gotten to the point where I have played enough where I would recommend or not recommend. You know, I got 4 or 6 hours in. More scrap metals. Yay. But, you know, except for that issue with which end is the front, the game seemed pretty solid to me. Although I was very unhappy about that no crafting bench allowed on your ship until later. As that's the kind of thing is an unnecessary obstacle for the players. That doesn't add anything. You know, you have to clear out this island to finish the quest to be able to make the crafting bench for your ship. Or you have to fly all the way back. That's not an acceptable alternative. The instant you leave home, you should have access to the crafting bench. Okay, so green glowies are friendly, red glowies are generally bad. Thrumming. So, now is when we find out. Yep. That would be a yes. Doing on ammo right now. 20. That's a shotgun turret. Not very smart. I'm fine with them not being that smart. But if you're, no, those things might have been blow-upable, in which case I'm the one who's not so smart. Let's find out. That would be a useful piece of information. Nope, doesn't look like they blow up. Okay, I'm good with that. Now we know. Oop. More berries. They're berry tasty. God. Prism scanning. You can generate prism scan objects in the world, equip it from your toolbar, and hold right click. I'm not sure if I wanted to do that or not. But I do know I want to craft arm wraps. I'm going to need 2 5 cloth. And then I'll have my first complete kit of armor. Arm wraps and a face mask. I have to put a mask in front of this glorious visage? Right. Nobody's buying that. Oh, okay, so this is belt and backpack. Duh. Well, we can definitely put those things into the backpack. Oh, wait. Items in the belt will not be dropped on death, so until we're in danger of dying or we're overloaded, we probably don't want to put stuff in there. We have another data pad. Crew of the God Hand frigate. I have been given sole responsibility to guard this data bank. The power you entrust to me is not misplaced. I will make this building impenetrable. No one will get in, not even the Seraph. We are gods. Yeah, there are a whole bunch of dead gods around. Building prism scanning. You can use the prism to scan objects. Oh, prism 1. I'm scanning that object. I have scanned the past. Picked up a Saborian data disk. Picked up 625 drift. Use the Saborian data disk at the ARC computer to unlock new technology. I approve of these messages. We now have to basically get back to where we started. I need to make a building out of those branches I'm picking up because I think for the future I need to have a small branch office. They're all thinking if we don't say anything, maybe he'll just ignore us. That's another piece of coral. Where's my friend? There's my friend. That's my guide, more or less. Eventually, we'll get a jackhammer. We'll hammer this open for resources. Remember that, but you got to be careful. If you over jackhammer it, it can explode, something like that. We'll get to that mechanic in time. Coral. What? Little green. Oh, it's a chest. There's my little friend. Say hello to my little friend. Scan it and green it up for me. Ah, that unlocks this large chest. Ooh. Weapon propellant, Saborian military ration pack, and more makeshift bandages. Coral in here. Is that more coral? It is. Chunk of burning coral. just full of goodies. How can I say no? It's not my nature to say no to free things. More shrooms. Lots of coral in here. Watch me get myself lost running around picking up stuff. If I haven't gotten myself lost already. Spoiler, probably, yeah, already. Alright, well, we came in over there. Logic, such as it is, suggests that this should be the way out. At least until I run into a wall and my head goes bonk. We've got another chest. Medium ammo and light ammo. We're headed south now. Looks like that's natural light. Or it possibly loops right back into the cabin, the place we were before. So that loops around. Return to where you woke up the Ark. Use the Ark computer. Yeah. Alright, that's the chest we already opened. Okay, I was out of stamina. Yeah, I mean, eventually you get to build your flying ships. Right now I have to get back and unlock more information, more data at the Ark where I started. What's with the thrumming, man? Did we complete this entire thing? I think so, right? Anything in here we missed? No. Okay. So we've got to get back to where we started. Oh, there's my guide. Sounds a little bit, if you're old enough to remember, the Jetsons, I think, had a robot that made that sort of kind of noise. Okay, and we have been through this way because you can tell because things are blown up. Whoops, we had some Saborian stone. I've already made myself this lovely coat of armor I'm currently wearing. I think it's very slimming on me. Tomananas. Just like Mom used to make. Oof. retracing our steps. Whoops. Don't want to retrace our steps and not pick up the scrap metal. That would be foolhardy. Fool was the third of the Hardy brothers, by the way. He and Frank had a big falling out. That was kind of the end of that. Also, I'm entirely making this up. I think if I shoot these, they drop something, but I don't remember what. Atlas dust. So it turns out, yeah, that's what they drop. Atlas dust. Hello. Atlas dust. Oh, hi. I don't even remember what Atlas dust is used for. I just like shooting things. Alright, so if memory serves, we can make our way over there and then up. Be easier, you know, in the daylight. But I'm not afraid of the dark much. All right, well, we know there is something underneath us. But for now, we are supposed to learn the new technology from the data disk we've discovered. So we will do that first. Honey, I'm home. Our computer. Zaborian data disk. Acquire. New tier unlocked. Excellent work. This technology utilizes the anti-gravity properties of Atlas energy to lift and move heavy objects. Like my fat ass. It doesn't say that in the game. Maybe later. It should allow us to remove the boulder blocking the cave beneath the Ark. Wait, slow down. What's Atlas energy? Atlas is a valuable mineral found throughout the world. And when activated by electrical current, it creates anti-mass field around it that can counter the effects of gravity. Ah, anti-mass field. So no Catholics allowed. The Ark we are in is powered by Atlas. It is the thing that enabled us to fly. Where can I find more of this Atlas stuff? Traditionally, it was mined from crystals deep underground, although I've detected some small creatures in the forest outside the Ark appear to be infused with this energy. I do not know if the Atlas they contain can be harvested. I've already got 3. Look for anything shrimp-like that floats in the woods and forests. Aha! So, the next, I believe, one of the Zaborian data disks we get we need one, and it will unlock the shipyard wherein we can build our ship. Research, workbench, outcast's retort shotgun, unknown. Wow. Okay, there are 15 tiers. Well, either mining it or shooting them. How have you been, Senegal? We learned the schematic for battery, for crude Atlas lifter. Anything else? That should just be it. Come on. Alright, we've got all the arm wraps, resources, battery, igniter, and cloth. Equipment, bandages, the coral flare. Should probably make a couple of those. It's going to take metal. I don't want it to take metal. I don't have any metal. I only have the scrap metal. Okay. Gear. We have the grappling hook. We have the glider. Weapons. Light and medium ammo. Crude pistol. How much ammo do we currently have? We have 19 light ammunition. I'm thinking that's not as much as we need. Let's see. Well, it takes 4. There. That we have to select this scrap. I assume a better tier of metal would make higher damage ammo rounds. So this makes 20 from 4 metal. I mentioned earlier this was the problem I had in my last playthrough. Was after a 15-minute long travel between islands, I got to an island where I was supposed to do something, don't remember, and ran out of ammo, and there was no way to make it to get a workbench on the boat, the airboat that I had just made. So I was looking at 15 minutes to go back just to craft ammo, to go 15 minutes to come back and deal with whatever, and it was at that point I stopped playing on my second playthrough. I've played it twice previously in early access. The first time I didn't get that far. I played it for a couple of days because I remember it was free. Might have been like a free demo. I think it was a demo I played. And then I got it on early access, got to the boat. The issue with the boat. Alright, I now have more ammo. Let's see, the backpack. We want to keep the Atlas dust. We can make a bunch of the plant fibers into cloth. We currently have 61. 11. I feel a sneeze lurking in my sinuses. No. I think it's shy and it's decided to hide. But as an example of how deep the game goes, there are, what was it, 15 or 16 tiers of crafting? Now the next one is just one item. It's the shipyard. Okay, take all those. How's it look now? We can most assuredly set some more of those aside. Got the cloth. The difference is the things that are in the belt will not be dropped when we die. So that's why we want to keep most stuff on the belt if possible. We want the Atlas dust there for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how deep the individual tiers are. I'll show you what we've got in a sec. Items. Campfire stove. Can only be built on an island. Clothing. Those are the items. So these are all the items of clothing in the game, I think. Or at least sort of like the base clothing. Companion, or components, batteries, the fuel cells, and the igniter. Must be more down below. Also, the weapon propellant, food, These are the ones we've discovered so far. I'm just marking them so I can tell when we get new stuff. Gear, we've got cloth, bandages, the Atlas lifter, coral flare, a grappling hook, resources, the data discs, Atlas and cloth and scrap metal. So you can see how many components there are in the game. Doesn't really give you a good indicator of how deep it may be. A lot of ship parts. And the weapons, though, the weapons may be deeper than they seem simply because you make them from better materials, and a simple pistol is going to do more damage when it's made out of steel than if it's made out of paper, shall we say. Right, the tutorials, that's the prism scanning. Not sure what else I should probably try scanning some other stuff as well. Character, we've got those tutorials, the combat tutorial, puzzles, only one type of puzzle so far, lore. Okay, so the tiers are here. Tier 1 opens up when with one of the discs. The next data disc will require one to open up the second tier, and that'll give us the shipyard. It'll require one more to unlock the research table, the workbench, and the shotgun. And beyond that, we don't know what the other tiers have. Doesn't look like there's a huge number of items, but things like the research table may allow research of stuff that doesn't require the Cyborian data disks. So I don't know how deep it really goes. Next thing we have to do is we've got a big rock outside that's in our way. Pardon me, guys. Excuse me. Excuse me. You're gumming up progress here, you know? So, this big, enormous rock is in our way. Well, fortunately, if I made it, Atlas dust. Catch Atlas shrimp. Did I not make it? Was there anything? Was there something I was supposed to make? Data pad. Reduce a squad. Mission report. Mission parameters have drastically changed. Have found construction plans and schematics for a shipyard within a data bank. With enough materials, leaving this island is within reach. I felt the rupture occur on this island, so no doubt we all did. I'll send a drone back to camp with a copy of this report. Once Agbana squad receives this report, head to the facility on the southernmost reaches of the island. I have our salvation. We are gods. Yeah, about the gods thing. Was I supposed to make something to get this thing out of the way? I think I was. Let's try the prism. I have discovered loose block. I thought that was in my head. I think I failed. There was a talk about using the Atlas dust. Maybe I have to kill one of the mobs to activate that. In that I already had the Atlas dust from some mobs that I'd killed because I knew about them previously. See if that does anything. Where are the little flying shrimp dudes? Try the other side. Flying shrimp dude. Here's Shrimpy, Shrimpy, Shrimpy. Oh, look. I particularly like the little squeak they make when you shoot them. Yes, I do. Sorry. I'm not actually a dangerous lunatic. I'm a mostly harmless lunatic. Let's see if there's anything I can make. Some like a lifter or something, I think it was. Open sesame. Maybe the battery is required. Clothing is nothing. Resources, battery, cloth, equipment. Crude Atlas lifter. There it is. Yeah, we do need a battery. I was correct. I was just spitballing. And here we use the scrap metal, whereas if we had better metals, we would probably get better batteries out. That seems to me where the crafting depth comes in. We need a crude Atlas lifter. A crude, throwable Atlas-powered device capable of lifting some objects can be equipped to toolbar. Okay. We now have a gravity-defying lifter. And I tell you, every day when I wake up in the morning, I would actually like a gravity-defying lifter, gotta say. That's prying my dead ass out of bed every day. It's a lot of work, guys. Alright, the lifter. It's in the 6-hole. Pardon my phrasing. Take it back off. I can. Can we do it in such a way that it doesn't fall on my head? Okay, I got this. Trust me. Would I lie to you? I am attempting. To get the thing to sit down in such a way that it won't fall on me. Okay. It's fine the whole way. I think we would like to keep that on us. Just in case. What can we... I don't know what the Saborian stone is used for yet. But it's taking up a lot of space, so it's going into the backpack. Stash. We don't have a stash yet. Now, if memory serves, there's a gun over here on the left. And there was something about it I don't recall exactly what it was. drones, but you've got to shoot some part of it in particular. There we are. I will quickly eat some very delicious berries. And I'm glad I made more ammo. I'd forgotten about what the exact mechanics behind. Ooh, Seraph Nano Energy. Yank. The grapple yank allows you to pull things towards you or stun enemies that have become staggered. After damaging an enemy, watch for the staggered effect. Press F to quickly fire and pull the cable to stun enemies. Oh. I've learned a schematic for a printing matrix. That doesn't sound good. Music is, but it's kind of nerve-wracking. On the shipyard schematic. Oh, that must be one of the Seraph ships there, flying by. Like a big space whale. Activated that. All right, unlock the shipyard schematic at the ARC computer. So we've got that taken care of. Are you stuck? I think my dude got stuck. My little probe dude got stuck. I didn't know that could happen. But he should unlock the chests in there for me. Maybe do a cleanse on the whole place. Ammo. This is what the bad guy stuff looks like. Bluish green like that. Oops. I think that's one of the Seraph. I don't remember those from my previous gameplays in the demo and early access. we will acquire Saborian Shipyard Construction. Dun, 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 dun. New tier unlocked. You are making excellent progress. With the ability to construct a skyship, you will be able to leave this island and explore the rest of the region. However, we still need to find the resources to construct it. How do we do that? I have been able to decode the Seraph technology you found, and I have integrated it into my programming. Several new schematics are available for your use that should aid in harvesting the required materials. What sort of schematics? I have created schematics for constructing a pulse hammer and an energy saw. I named them myself. I hope the creative outburst is acceptable. The pulse hammer uses harmonic resonance. Note, not star resonance. Harmonic resonance to break apart rocks, and the energy saw is highly efficient at cutting through certain organic materials such as wood. I am sure that either could be used as a weapon in a pinch, but neither would be particularly effective. If we found more of this Seraph tech, you could create more schematics? It's possible, yes, but it is imperative that you find more data disks so that I can continue building an understanding of this region and its technology. Once I have access to greater knowledge and more schematics, I should be able to find new ways of integrating this Seraph technology. I don't know how to fly a skyship. Neither do I, but that's the only way either of us are leaving this island. My memory banks at least contain functional understanding of the ship flight, so you'll be able to guide you through the process. You might consider this on-the-job training. All right, I'll go. Good. The primary components of most constructions are wood and metal, both of which are in abundance on this island. It is possible that higher quality materials exist elsewhere, perhaps with more favorable properties, but this should suffice for now. Okay. It'll take 2 discs to unlock the research table used to decipher Saborian technology. 1 for a workbench can only be built on a skyship. That's the one I didn't have that I needed. And 1 for a shotgun. In the next tier, Arc Catalyzer will be available, an advanced tool for repairing damaged ship parts. A forge to smelt metal, because he who smelted it dealt it. Cooking station, and Pilapi Driftwood Blade. The Driftwood Blade closer to its original state, a cheap but reliable wing used by the Pilapi in rural Sabor. Alright, what do we need to craft? Oh, I don't know. An energy saw? Need a battery. We've got the other stuff we need, and the pulse hammer will also need a battery. In short, we need 2 batteries. And there's 2 batteries. I'll take those. And we'll make an energy saw. And a pulse hammer. Because if I had a pulse hammer, I'd hammer non-stop, because that'd be kind of cool. I now have both of them. I'm going to move the gun into my 4 spot. We'll put the hammer in the 3. And the energy saw in the 2. Now, sadly, I don't want to have to remake those, so I think I want those below. Why don't we have a stash here in our place? Do we have a stash here in our place? No. Why do we not have a stash? Just a place we can put stuff that we want to call our own. Printing matrix, an advanced component from the old world that enables construction of complex items. Build a furnace via build menu and interact with it. Interested in hammer and sword. It's not a sword! Sorry. The hammer uses resonances, but the sword forms a blade between these two little points here for you to cut with. At least that's what my brain tells me. Let's see, build a furnace via the build menu. Interact. Build menu. Ah, here we go. Shipyard. That's going to require a lot more metal. We have the printing matrix already. The crafting station shows the furnace. We're going to need rock and wood. Make a furnace. What's the other? Oh, and the shipyard. Okay. Well, we can certainly... Oops, build menu. We can make a furnace. We have rock. And we have wood. And we have chunk of burning coal. Well, I guess I have to hold. Trying to get it just so, you know. You want your furniture placed in a nice, comfortable, appropriate way. Fine. We'll just place it on the ground. Just because. Whatever. I now have a forge. Let's see, to mine ore on your pulse hammer at a mineral deposit and press left click to charge. Once firing, you can hold left mouse to continue and keep firing. Clear away any external rock, then shoot the revealed ore to collect. Be sure not to shoot the core, as too many hits can make it unstable and it will blow up. And how about... That's how this one works. You throw it at a thing. But it's much faster if you time it like that. If you time it, so you click right when it comes back, it immediately goes right back out. Like that. So it's actually kind of a cool mechanic. I gotta give him that. Alright, we picked up a bunch of pine wood. We have 40 pine wood. Now my memory is there isn't any place you can get ore on this rock. You have to go to the next rock to get it. But we can check that out. That's not doing anything. Out comes the gun. I do not remember if the baddies respawn. Well, we're about to find out. Nope, they're still smoking flaming husks of use to no one. But it does look like the materials, the various crafting mats like scrap metal and stuff do respawn. At least to some amount and degree. Alright, this is the kind of thing that'll have ore in it. Basically, you pop it away until you get to the ore nodes. But you got to be careful not to pop too many into the core of the thing, or it'll explode unpleasantly, as opposed to, I guess, exploding pleasantly. All right, we've got some iron ore. I'm guessing the core is the dark part at sort of the core of the thing. To be careful because it does blow up, and I have a distinct memory of dying. That looked like there was a warning sign there, so. We'll see if we can't do a little smelting. Oop. Don't want to miss them plant fibers. Okay, sorry. Don't want to miss those plant fibers. I apologize. You're right. Terrible. Terrible grammar. I was badly grammarificating, and I apologize deeply, humbly, and sincerely. I will attempt to keep my grammarification proper and appropriate in all ways. Sorry, you've got Atlas dust. I think, and even the time I've been playing so far, you can see that there is at least the basics of a solid and interesting survival crafting game. I'm not done. I'll be playing it tomorrow too. Possibly the day after, but I'll not be playing it any longer than that, at least not immediately. As on the 3rd, we get Guild Wars Reforged. Since it's reforged, I'm going to try to strike while the iron is hot. Yeah, it's very thematic, you see. It's reforged. Strike while the iron is forged. Yeah, I know. Let's see. So far, we can make charcoal by burning wood, forged Atlas shards, if we shard ourselves, from Atlas dust, and we can also make iron ingots from iron ore. Well, let's go ahead and, I don't know, craft 30 iron ore. Guild Wars Reforged, is that part of Guild Wars 2? No, that is referring to the original Guild Wars. It's not a remaster or a remake. What they're doing is they're updating some of the graphics technology in the game, and they're doing things like adding some UI improvements for things like quest tracking and stuff like that. A lot of people who've never played are excited, and it makes sense to be because a lot of things are going to be made a little more easy, a little more straightforward in terms of things like UI. If you're interested, I would do a quick Google for it. Google for Guild Wars Reforged, and that'll take you to a complete feature list. It's not a huge deal if you've played Guild Wars. It is quality of life stuff. It sounds good. It also, I think, if it succeeds for them, they've also unified the price as $30 for the 3 base packages. I think it's 30, maybe 20 bucks, I think, actually, for the base 3 packages of Prophecies and the other 2. It's not a huge deal, but it is building up enthusiasm from people who've never played in the past, knowing that they'll be able to get the whole 3 expansion or whatever you want to call it package for 20 bucks with updated UI and some other quality of play stuff and some visual tunings for things like shadows and stuff like that. So a lot of people are going to be playing, and not just the Guild Wars geeks. Doubt you'll dust off your old characters, but still cool. Yeah, exactly. And what it is also doing is it's giving Guild Wars, the first one, a little inertia, where they contracted out with some former devs to do this sort of updating of parts of the game. And I think if it's successful, they have, I don't want to say they've said, but they have hinted at or implied that if this does well for them, it turns out to be financially, feasible, they might be making more content for Guild Wars 1. So regardless, even if it doesn't turn out to be a big deal, anything that sort of increases engagement with the franchise is good, especially if they are getting anywhere into the even slightest, closest, most narrow definition of announcing Guild Wars 3 being worked on in the future. A little inertia ain't gonna hurt. Now, what do I have to do to build a shipyard? The shipyard, we are going to need, we've got the metal, but we're just going to need an Atlas crystal, which we can make. Yeah, I mean, it's worth looking at and seeing if the changes and additions might make it worth dusting off the old copy for you. I certainly think the 2 or 3 minutes would be well spent. If you played a lot, I wouldn't expect there's any compelling reason for you to do so. I have not played a lot, so I created a character shortly after the announcement, got him up to I think level 9 or 10, and I'm in the post-searing right now. And I said, okay, I'm going to stop now, and I'll come back on the 3rd. So that's what I'm going to do. I need one of them crystal things. Is that in the forge? That was in the forge. I need one. We make this outside. We're going to make the shipyard. Holy shipyard. Saborian Shipyard. We will use... Can we use scrap metal? We can. I'll keep my iron for something else then. I wonder, can we make better armor with the iron? I'll check on that in a minute. But right now, we're going to craft our Saborian Shipyard. Right there. It's not building. Pick up, place, rotate. There we go, now it's building. I played enough back before the release of Guild Wars 2 to unlock some of the ancestral heritage items. Yeah. There's at least one really nice suit of clothing that I have from the small amount I did at that time as well. But this is our shipyard. I have to build a skyship frame. Well, I mean, we can wait. I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm going to check and see if I can make armor with iron now instead of scrap metal, and see if that actually works. Makeshift cloth and scrap metal. We only have one scrap metal, but that's fine. Can we change it out, say, if we wanted a chest plate? Nope, it's only the scrap metal. Maybe I shouldn't have used all the scrap metal. We'll find plenty of scrap metal. Yeah, I have a very nice, snappy, debonair suit on my Sylvari Necromancer, along with the Abaddon's head mask. He looks like a very cultivated, pardon the Sylvari humor, cultivated, well-educated, terrifying beast from beyond. It's nice. I'm going to call it here for the evening. As always, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I hit double digits tonight. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. I shall be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, with more of Lost Skies. It's not lost though. I mean, just it's there. It's you can't miss it if you go up. Go down, you could probably miss it. But that's the plan. And then presumably also on the 2nd, and then like I just mentioned on the 3rd, Guild Wars Reforged. Don't know for how long. Hopefully I'll come back. Thank you very much. I will try to have a good one. You have a good one as well. But regardless, I am back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. I hope the rest of your Sunday, possibly Monday morning, goes reasonably well. And as always, because I like to set an achievable goal for people who've chosen to hang out here, may your upcoming week not suck. Back tomorrow. Take care and